Angel Nagel, Ironclad CrossFit, lesson 5, scaling effectively. So the workout that I went with today is the 5 rounds for time, the 100 double unders, and the 10 bar muscle ups. Now I allotted a minute to a minute 30 on the double unders, thinking fatigue's going to set in a little bit and probably trip up in the later rounds, and then 1 to 2 minutes on the bar muscle ups, thinking they'll probably start out too hot, go unbroken, and then put them into 2 sets of 5. So how I broke this down was beginner, intermediate, and injured. Obviously, forgot to write the intermediate in there, but I got it right there. So on the double unders for the beginner, I said we would go with singles. If they don't have singles, then we'll go into toe taps. And if it's something about the whole movement of jumping all together, we'll keep the cardio and get the heart rate up, and then we'll switch it to a skier and take out the hopping altogether. My intermediate athlete, I said if they have fast singles, then maybe we can do a single double. And then if they get tripped up on the single double, maybe we'll just have them do singles, but jump higher to get them to that next level to eventually be able to sink their double unders. As far as the injured, I'd say it's maybe a leg injury. So we're going to do some seated rope spins, or we're just going to stay with the double dumbbell shoulder to overhead movement. Now, as far as the bar muscle ups, what I have here is a jumping or a banded pull up. If they don't have a pull up, I was going to go maybe 5 toe assisted ring dips. That gets them this movement, and then with 5 ring rows for my beginner. For my intermediate athlete, we can do the low bar transition in the rig to work on them catching here and then locking out. And then my personal favorite, how I got my bar muscle up, is a jumping bar muscle up with a box. So they're still getting the assistance from their legs. They can still work on the push and the pull through, and then the dip, and then the lockout, but they have assistance of their bottom half. Fan favorite for me on that one. If they're a little more scaled between, or they're a little more advanced between the intermediate and the RX, they can always also go single leg. That makes it just a little harder, but they're still getting some assistance. As far as the injured, I also wrote down a single leg box jump. When I tore my meniscus, I was still able to use the one leg. That was good. So I did keep that as an option. And if we're taking out the lower half altogether, I just stayed with a seated dumbbell press. So those are my scaling effectively lesson 5. See you next week.